Well, good afternoon, all of you. Teresa asked me if I would make the video. She's working on some other stuff. So, first thing I wanted to show you guys is Teresa has a place where she can order diamond painting kits, and they can convert a picture into a diamond painting. And these two little girls here, they were the first two cats we went out and rescued. And the one on the right is Misty, and the one on the left is Bitsy. We probably took this picture probably in 91 or 92 maybe. And actually both of those girls, one of them, I think it was Bitsy, they were going to put her down that night. She was 5 months old. And then Misty was about a year and a half, and they were planning on putting her down the next couple days. We saved them. Misty lived till she was about 14. She'd always been kind of a sickly cat. She had her stomach was her stomach. She had issues with her stomach. And then Bitsy, that was my baby. She was the one who, when we were at the Metro Animal Control there in Casper, I was looking at Misty originally. I reached my hand past Bitsy's cage, and Bitsy's paws came shooting out between the bars, and she sinks her claws into my arm, pulls my arm back and bites me. And that's when Teresa says, "We'll take her." But we lost Bitsy when she was just about 20 years old, and she was a little tiny thing. I think the heaviest she ever weighed was about 8 pounds, and she was all leg and even more attitude. And it was kind of funny because when we had the big dogs, Bitsy would go walking across the living room floor, and she could walk with such attitude that the big dogs would actually get up and move out of her way and allow her to pass. But yeah, she was my baby, and I always have a way with strong-willed females. So wanted to show you that real quick. And okay, I'm gonna flip this back around. Okay, flip it back around, and I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody survived the holidays. Now we're holiday free until VD Day, so you got a little over a month, so you don't have to really worry about it. Right now, the last few days has been cold, and I don't think we've seen long-term cold like this since we left Wyoming. I think 19 was low temperature last night, and there's a couple water puddles that are now ice skating rinks out there, and they didn't thaw. So we're just keeping warm and everything, and we're not doing a whole lot of going outside. And I still got to remember when I go outside that sometimes I actually have to put on a coat. But yeah, the cold is just something. And a couple days ago, I actually saw 17 snowflakes fall, and fortunately, they were going slow, so I could count them. But yeah, that's what we've going on here. Since the holidays are over with, we are going through and cleaning, throwing away stuff. Teresa she gave away 13-gallon trash bags. She's going to give away 2.5 of them because these are all clothes that she just completely and totally undergrew. Wow, look at all the gray hair. But yeah, all the completely undergrew. So we're trying to get as much of this stuff taken care of. I hate to do it, but I think we're going to have to buy a shed. I would love to get a wooden shed, but they're a little bit out of our price range right now, because in order for us to put down if for us to put in a shed. If we put in a metal shed, we have to leave it, and I do not want to leave anything for our beloved landlord, and but we can't afford a one of the nicer wooden sheds. And also, when you have those moved, it's like $300 to move them. So, I think we'll just cut our losses. We're going to get a metal shed. That way I can put like a lot of our outdoor stuff, bicycles, lawnmowers, stuff like that. So we can get them outside and freeing up a little bit of room in here, because it's just, I never dreamed that we would be not be able to fit in a God, it looks like I got something hanging out my nose, sorry, but it looks like, I never dreamed that a 3-bedroom trailer would be way too small for us. So yeah, we just got to just get rid of some excess stuff. One of the things we did for Christmas is Teresa and I, we made some English toffee. Teresa made some cookies, and I think she's told you guys about them, but she has a thing that she discovered, and she makes cookies out of cake mixes. And I don't remember what she does. I think she adds in like extra oil and some flour and, who knows what else. But she did 1 box of chocolate and 1 box of lemon. And those cookies were so incredibly good. And in the chocolate, she put some chips in it. And I don't remember, I know there was some butterscotch chips and chocolate chips. And in the lemon, she put some white chocolate chips, and I don't remember what else. But those cookies were so good. She was possibly going to frost them, but they didn't need it. They were perfect like they were. And but the cookies, the toffee, made caramel corn, and we dipped some stuff in almond bark. We used to make little Ritz sandwich cookies and dip them in almond bark, and we used to do pretzels. Well, this time we got some of the wafer cream cookies, and Teresa got some of the mint Oreos, and we dipped those, and they turned out really good. Can't eat a whole lot of them, but they turned out really good. Well, one of the things that we like to do, and we did a little bit of it last year, and we did more this year, is put together a little basket. They weren't very, very big, maybe between cookies and toffee, maybe a dozen pieces. But we took one. We've got these 2 ladies. We have Jeanette Evans, and she is the postmaster. And I'm not sure what Ann's last name is. But these 2 ladies, they are just so incredibly wonderful. And they always, I swear, they go out of their way to take care of us. And so, we've been taking them baskets every year. And then this time we've got a lady that lives that direction. And she's across, there's a cross street, and she lives across the cross street. And she and her boyfriend, she's not as old as me, but I'm guessing she's probably in her late 40s maybe. And, they're always honking and waving, and we're always waving. So I thought I'd stop by and introduce ourselves. And this lady's name is Precious, and super nice lady. And her son's name is Chris, and he's probably early 30s. But it gave us a chance to connect with these people a little bit. Sorry, got to adjust my phone. It gave us a chance to connect with these people a little bit. and gave us an excuse to meet them. And Chris and Precious are both super nice people. Um, but yeah, and they were so flattered that we actually remembered them and we thought about them. So it was nice. I talked with her for a while, and then the people on that way. There's Foster and Charlene, and Foster, when I fell this summer, when the first time I fell, and I hit so hard. And Foster, he lives a couple to three doors down, and he came running down, and he helped get me up. And he's been a super nice guy. But Foster moved here from New York, and he's having problems making friends around here. And it seems like there's a lot of the people around here. They've got their little cliques, and even though they're nice to everybody they see on the street, the the cliques, it's hard to get past that initial. But Foster and I, we've got plans. We're going to go do some fishing one of these days, and I'm sure that me and Teresa and Foster and Charlene will probably be doing something cool. We'll get out and we'll do things, do some stuff together. So I got my list right here. Checked it twice. Oh, I made crab cakes. Sorry. I made crab cakes the other day. First time I've ever made crab cakes. I've had them a couple times in restaurants, and crab cakes are okay. I mean, I'm not that thrilled about them. These turned out. I thought they turned out very well, but I'm not a big fan of crab cakes. I mean, if I'm going to do something like that with crab, I'd rather make some sort of crab salad and have it over crackers or something like that. But yeah, that's probably going to be the only time that I've ever made crab cakes. I just something about it. I grew up in Wyoming. What can I say? The only crabs we had in Wyoming were some of the less than desirable people managed to acquire them. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things where I like fresh crab, but the crab cakes I wasn't that thrilled with. Okay, now this is the thing that all of us adults, we do not wish to discuss. It's one of those where you go lock yourself in a dark room and then you can talk to yourself about it. But after Christmas, all of us, well, I'll say a substantial number of us, maybe consumed a little bit more than we should have, maybe put on a few pounds. So, we're bucking up and we're getting back on it. And um, this is just going to be one of those. Oh, sorry. This is going to be one of those little stumbling blocks, which is not going to stop us, and we're going to get back on it because we've got bikes out there. Teresa's bike, I got to take it into a bike shop because I cannot get the derailleur adjusted. The derailleurs on bikes, that's the thing that shifts from gear to gear. And we got Teresa this tricycle, adult trike, and it is so cool, but it's a 7-speed. So it only has derailleurs on the back. It has 7 speeds back there, and I cannot get it adjusted. So when the weather warms up a little bit, I'm gonna load her bike in the back of the car, and I've already talked to the people that the bike shop, and yeah, they said they'll do it, and it sounds like it'll cost us minimum. And the last thing I have to talk about is our puppies. The dogs have been doing so incredibly well. Juju is mellowing out a lot. She still gets a little rambunctious, and I swear she has ADHD. But, it's kind of funny because since we've got both Juju and Zoe, they are, they're kind of, well, they're very good for each other because Juju's mellowed out. She still gets a little rambunctious. And Zoe, the goofball in her, is coming out. And she is such a goofball. And she does not stray too far from it here.